Welcome to Knowledge from Books, your go-to podcast for life hacks, skills, and leveling up your whole vibe. This ain't just about dropping gems from dope books. It's a real-deal journey digging into practical know-how. My mission: to hit you with fresh perspectives, real talk, and a spark to live a life that actually means something. So, real quick, let's do a vibe check. Right now, while you're tuned into this, are you drowning in a pile of stuff you haven't touched? Got that big assignment due in a couple days, but you haven't even scratched the surface? A monthly report with a deadline looming over your head that you haven't even peeked at? Utility bills from last week still chilling in a drawer? Or maybe that book you swore you'd read to change your life last month. It's still collecting dust on the shelf, not even cracked open to page 1. Alright, let's rewind to New Year's, right? Picture this. You're posted up with a steaming cup of coffee, eyes lit up, pen in hand, scribbling down a laundry list of goals, learning Spanish or some new language to flex on folks, dropping some pounds to fit those fire jeans, reading 12 books to flex your brain, or kicking off that side hustle you've been dreaming about. But now, year's almost done, you take a look back and bam, it hits you. Half that list is still just messy handwriting on a napkin or some notebook you forgot about. Like the philosopher Seneca said, while we're procrastinating, life's speeding by. We all know the stuff we should be doing, the moves that'll get us closer to our dreams. But nah, we'd rather scroll socials for hours watching dumb viral clips, get lost in some intense gaming sesh, or sprawl out on the couch binging a whole TV season. Time slips away like it's nothing, and when you finally look up, the day's gone and you've got zilch to show for it. It's only when that deadline's breathing down your neck, like a knife to your throat, that you panic, pull an all-nighter, and still end up with something half-baked that you ain't proud of. Look, I'm betting every single one of us has been there, myself included. We've all had those procrastination moments, big or small. It's not some doctor-diagnosed condition, but I call it the time thief. Sneaky as hell and tougher to shake than your worst habits. Check this out. A study from Carleton University up in Canada found that 25% of office workers admit they're wasting hours every day just procrastinating, mindlessly surfing the web or putting off that one important email. Crazy part. Most of us hear that and go, yup, that's me. But how many of us actually do something about it? So here's what I want to unpack today. Why do we keep procrastinating? What's deep in our heads holding us back? And, most importantly, how do we kick this habit to the curb so we can live better, balance the grind with some fun, and stop beating ourselves up every night? In this episode, Knowledge from Books is diving in deep with 2 killer books: The Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal and Procrastination by Jane Burka. I've got some real tools to help us crush procrastination, not just today but for good. Procrastination, at its core, is us shoving the big stuff aside for quick little dopamine hits. It's like some invisible force yanks our focus to the easy, fun junk. Checking phone notifications when you're supposed to be working, scrolling TikTok for just one video that turns into 20, or even cleaning your desk to avoid starting that report. But here's the wild part. It's not just about being lazy. This goes way back thousands of years, to how our brains are wired. Think about our caveman ancestors. They were all about surviving, hunting down some game, picking berries, fighting off rivals, or bolting from danger. For them, instant gratification, like a full belly, was the whole game. Tomorrow. Who cared? That short-term reward-chasing gene got baked into our DNA. And now it's running the show through dopamine, this brain chemical that fires off every time we do something fun. Mark Twain had a savage take on it. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. Funny, but real talk. In 2025, with smartphones glued to our hands, social media popping off, and endless distractions, dopamine's got us on a leash. Fighting procrastination these days. It's a whole new beast. French philosopher Gustave Le Bon dropped this gem. Most people's life goal is to think as little as possible. Sounds about right, huh? The book Switch, How to Change Things When Change is Hard by the Heath brothers breaks it down with a dope analogy. Your brain's got 2 players, The emotional elephant running on instinct and the rational rider trying to steer with willpower. When things are chill, the rider's got the reins, keeping the elephant on track. But when that elephant flips out, like when you'd rather hit snooze than get up early for work, the tiny rider doesn't stand a chance against that beast. Picture this. You set your alarm for 6 a.m., hyped to knock out a big project before the deadline. Alarm goes off but your body's like, "Nah fam, the bed's too cozy," and a little voice whispers, 30 more minutes won't hurt. You smack that snooze button, roll over, and next thing you know the morning's gone. That's the elephant stomping all over your rider. Without a serious wake-up call from you, something to shake them both up, they'll just cruise on autopilot, stuck in the same old lazy loops. So how do we break free from this trap? Here at Knowledge from Books, I've got a 3-step game plan. Spot the problem, tame your emotions, and get moving. Step 1's all about figuring out how procrastination's messing with you. In The Willpower Instinct, Kelly McGonigal hooks us up with this ABCDE model. Super simple but crazy effective. Check it. A. Activating event. Something happens, like you've got a report due in 3 days. B. Beliefs. How you see it. 3 days is plenty, I'll start tomorrow. C. Consequences. What happens? You're down to 1 day, it's sloppy and it sucks. D. Disputing irrational beliefs. Challenge that B. Why not start now? Does waiting really make it better? E. Effect. New move. Jump in today so you've got time to polish it up. Most of us get stuck at C, wallowing in that "I should have started sooner" pity party, or brushing it off with, "I did my best in a crunch." But beating yourself up kills your confidence, and making excuses just plants the seeds for more bad habits, blaming the world instead of switching it up. Push past that to D, call out your own BS, and hit E for a better outcome. Let me take you back to my middle school days. My grades tanked so bad my teacher had to call my parents in. Rough times. Why? Procrastination, straight up. I'd get home from school, dive into video games or flip on the TV, and only crack the books at midnight when my eyes were half shut. Some nights I couldn't finish my homework, so I'd drag myself to school early, copying off my friends in a panic, stressed out and embarrassed. But my little sister, she was in 7th grade then. She was on a whole different level. After school, even with the neighborhood crew yelling for her to come jump rope, play dolls or hide and seek, she'd park herself at the table, knock out her homework, then bounce out to play. I'd tease her. "What's with you, you a study freak or something?" She'd just shrug. "I don't even like it, but if I finish early, I can chill without mom nagging me." Man, that hit me. Kid's simple logic taught me something deep. Benjamin Franklin nailed it. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. 'Cause tomorrow never comes. If my little sis could own her time like that, why can't we grown folks with all our life experience do the same? Step 2. Wrangle those emotions. Don't let the elephant run you, take the reins. Procrastination usually hits in 3 flavors. First, fear of screwing up or being too perfect. You stall 'cause you're scared it won't be good enough, like prepping a speech for a crowd or signing up for a singing gig. That fear's tied to perfectionism, not about doing great, but stressing over looking flawless to everybody else. I knew this dude who'd spend hours before a test organizing his desk, picking the perfect pen, but wouldn't study a lick, 'cause he wasn't ready. Voltaire called it, "Perfect's the enemy of good." Stop waiting for the stars to align. Just start and finish. It beats chasing some impossible ideal. Second, the job's too damn hard. Some tasks feel bigger than you, like writing a long essay or sketching out a business plan. You stare at it and freak out, anxiety creeping in, maybe even stress overload. But like the old Roman saying goes, all roads lead to Rome. Nothing's impossible if you break it down and find your angle. Motivation's the key. Think about why it matters. A solid grade, a career boost, and let that push you past the fear. Third, it's just boring. You know it's good for you, like reading a self-help book or hitting the gym to drop some weight. But it doesn't light you up. You feel meh, lazy kicks in. Here's the twist. Dopamine, our old nemesis, can flip to your side. Pair the grind with something you dig. Blast your favorite playlist while reading, work at a cool coffee spot, or drag a buddy to the gym. That dopamine hit turns the slog into something you might actually enjoy. Step 3. Action time. Turn your aha moment into real results. To beat procrastination, you've got to ditch the distractions. Find a quiet corner, mute your phone, lock down social media, whatever it takes. Tools like the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes on, 5 off, or the Forest app, where you grow a virtual tree while focusing, can keep you locked in. But if your mind's still wandering, try this trick I've used. The second your hand grabs the phone to scroll instead of work, yell, "Stop." Sounds nuts, right? But that shouts like a wake-up call, snapping your rational rider back in charge and telling the emotional elephant to chill. Aristotle dropped some wisdom here. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. Want procrastination gone? Make action your default. Not a quick fix, but a whole new way to roll. Let's paint a picture of your average day. You wake up planning to bang out a chapter of your thesis. But instead of firing up the laptop, you grab your phone to check the news. 2 hours later, you're deep in YouTube cooking vids. Noon hits, you tell yourself you'll catch up in the afternoon. But nah, you're sucked into a movie. By night, deadlines closing in, you're freaking out, sitting at your desk but too fried to focus. Just want to crash. That cycle keeps spinning day after day, till you're like, why can't I get it together? Answer's right there. Figure out where procrastination's coming from, rein in the feelings dragging you off course, and jump in now, not when the perfect moment magically shows up. That's the ride knowledge from books is taking you on. To kill procrastination dead. Start small today. Pick one thing you've been dodging, writing an email, reading 10 pages, cleaning your workspace, and just do it for 15 minutes. If you nail it, drop a comment below. Tell me how it felt to win that round. Struggling? Spill that too, let's chop it up together. I'm rooting for you to shake off procrastination, own your time, and live your life to the fullest. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Catch you on the next one.